means male type of hormones, and the balance between female type of hormone and male type of hormone is tilted towards the male type, and that's why the symptoms of such as overgrowth of So, welcome everyone, and I'm Dr. Jeevan Chaudhary, fertility consultant, working in this field since nearly 11 to 12 years. And today we are going to discuss the problem which is very common nowadays. And since we are country of diabetic patients, we do have a lot more patients related to PCOS. So this is an hormonal issue which presents with complaints of such as irregular menses. There is a blackening at the back of nape of the neck. Then the unwanted hairs can be seen over the face. Such kind of scenario is there, and these people present with usually delayed menses, maybe 1 month, 2 months, even after 6 months one may not get her menses, and she may need to take tablets to have menses. In such cases, hormones provide them the effect to generate which is called as withdrawal bleeding, and then she can start her bleeding. But what is the cause behind that is the hormonal balance in the body is disturbed. In such cases, there is no possibility of ovulation, and which is must for either pregnancy to have pregnancy or either to have menses regularly. The central the problem lies in the ovulation. So there is no development of the follicle, and liberation of the egg is not there. So we need to categorize these patients into two groups, where one wants to go ahead with the fertility issue and wants to conceive, and those who doesn't want. So the treatment is quite easier in case of fertility, as the conception also requires ovulation to happen. In case of those who don't desire to have pregnancy, our aim is to decrease the imbalance, push it towards the normal, which may not be possible in each and every patient, where we can acquire the exact balance between these hormones. Even we are satisfied with reduction of the problem. In such cases, the commonest finding is the obesity or overweight patients are there. Obesity means your BMI is above 30. BMI is body mass index, where your height and body weight relation is disturbed, and that extra weight is in the form of fat deposited all over body, and that fat provides the cells which converts very useful hormone for ovulation into the hormones which are opposing the process of follicle development and ovulation. In such cases, these hormones are labeled as androgens. Androgen means male type of hormones, and the balance between female type of hormone and male type of hormone is tilted towards the male type, and that's why the symptoms of such as overgrowth of or excessive hair growth, just like male pattern hairs are can be seen, and this poses the problems of, again, there is acne, which is very common in such patients. But if we think only weight is the parameter to decide the polycystic ovarian syndrome, it is not the fact, because at least 20 to 30% of the patients are not obese at all, they do have normal weight, and these are labeled as lean PCO, where the weight is very much in the normal range. Still they do have that problem. The problem lies in the hormonal imbalance. The size of the ovaries is larger comparing to the normal population. Uh, we can label it as a capacity of ovary is quite huge comparing to the normal one, maybe 2, 3, 4 times more than the normal population. This is ultrasonography diagnosis, where we have found out that ovary is larger one, more number of follicles than usually required. Second thing is the symptoms: irregularity of menses, acne, excessive hair growth, then blackening over the nape of the neck. Third thing, uh, biochemical diagnosis, which is means biochemical means blood test which can tell us that these androgens are on higher side. So when each and every patient will not present with all these things, even one or two may be absent, then in these cases also we can label them as a polycystic ovary. The 70% of the population who do have polycystic ovary is obese one. So I would like to give some practical tips to them. The first is to reduce weight by say 5 to 10% is enough. For ovulation 5% is enough. So if a lady of 60 kg wants to reduce the weight to attain or to push herself towards the normal hormonal balance, she should reduce her weight at least by say 2.5 to 3 kg, so that most probably she can achieve the hormonal balance. So how she can achieve that is through diet and exercise. At least practically, if it is possible for you to join a gym and continue it for reduction of your weight reduction exercises you can attempt. Second thing, if it is not feasible for you to continue with gym on a continuous basis, then practical way is to jog or brisk walk for not less than 40 to 45 minutes. In this process, your heart rate should be at least means 1.5 to 2 times than the normal. So the 40 minutes of brisk walk can cover not less than 2 kilometers, and that will help you reduce your weight because of calorie burning. The diet part is you need to avoid some specific food items, and you ought to include some food items which are not detrimental to your health and will help to maintain your daily functions. So which thing you need to avoid is the refined oil and ghee, which provides you saturated fats. That is very bad for body, and it produces fat deposition, and as we discussed, the male type of hormones are generated inside these cells, and we don't want such kind of scenario. So your attempt should be to avoid oily things, too much processed things, too much sugary items such as mithai and all that do contain that sugar, which is a refined one and really bad for you. That gives you empty calories, and you put on weight in a very small interval. So you need to avoid processed food, ready to eat food, and again bakery products which provide you the carbohydrates which are difficult to digest. Which things you should include in your diet is the raw unprocessed food is the best one. At least green leafy vegetables at least once in a day. Then fresh fruit instead of uh, juices and canned juices where preservatives, sugar is added. That should be avoided. And you can add some nuts in the form of akhroot or walnut. Other nuts also are good for health, but to a certain extent, and daily consumption is better for your health also, for fertility also. And those who provide you on calories on a higher side, such as beverages, these things you need to avoid. So keep your diet simple, eat according to the need. So you should, if you want to reduce your weight, your whatever need is there in the form of calories should be, your diet should provide you 500 kilocalories lesser than what your need is. So whatever food means fat storage is there, it will be utilized, and you will that will result in weight reduction. So these are the very simple things you can implement, and beyond that, if you need help, it is better to visit a gynecologist nearest you and take scientific opinion, scientific treatment from him or her, and you can definitely reduce the stress of this PCOS, and you can control your hormones and trouble with very small kind of things. If needed, medicines can be introduced, and that has to be under expert supervision. Thank you.